morning. Good 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 morning, bitches. Good morning, bitches. What's my hair doing? It's interesting. It's a good look. It's a Monday morning look.
Yeah. So I didn't look in the mirror before I went on the internet. Sorry about it.
That's because we're for real.
Yeah.
So, welcome back from whatever kind of a weekend you had. We all hope that it was fine. You know, we did all right. We're doing all right for ourselves here.
Mm-hmm. We moved the room around.
Yep, we did. You may notice there are additional props.
This is a different wall
Yeah.
than the couch was in front of before. Now you can see the cat tree.
Mm-hmm. No cats in it.
No cats, just
At
a
the
tight
moment.
right during my coffee.
Yeah. We have a toy piano over here, some other musical accessories.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see that as much on Instagram, but, you know, ask us about it if you really want to. We'll give you an
Instagram, you
inventory.
can see that mirror that I can't see in.
Yeah, none of us can. That's not really what it's for.
Yeah. So on Thursday at 2 p.m. our time, 7 p.m. UK time, we're going to be doing a live stream for Hell Hath No Fury Records, which is the label that put out our last EP. So we have been working out how to make that happen.
Yeah, it's going okay, you know, better
I
than
think
I
it's going to
thought.
sound pretty good. We're going to be like pretty plugged in.
Yeah,
We do have a drum set here.
we have a drum kit here now, and those of you that have seen me play drums know that I like to hit things really, really hard. So this is an exercise in restraint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I'm necessarily gonna learn about finesse, but I am learning how not to just beat the shit out of the drum kit, which is really what I want to do. But you know what? It's all right. Like, you know, we wrap some t-shirts around the drums and put some towels over the cymbals, and it's okay. It's working out. I'm just super, super lucky. You know, not that that's not fun and all, but it's cool to have an actual kid here. Shout out to my cousin TJ, who gave us an anniversary gift that we were able to use towards a drum kit. Maybe not what he thought it would go towards, but there you have it.
Thanks, Tish.
Thanks,
Well,
Teach.
it was for something important for the house.
It was an important
There's
addition to
nothing
the
more
house.
important for your house than a drum set.
I mean, our cats would certainly disagree, but
Yeah, they don't like him.
look at this cat tree they have.
Right?
You know?
I spent like $100 on that. They didn't sit on it.
Oh well. So we thought we would take a little bit of time today. We'll get on topic now. You know, right now we are living in a time where risk taking is not something that we are doing or even really thinking about doing. But you know, there has been times in everybody's lives where we've taken a leap, we've taken a risk, and we've tried something or pushed ourselves to do something better, or what we thought could be better than what we were already doing. You know, and it's scary. It's really scary to put yourself out there and to take a leap and to take a risk. And we thought we would take a little bit of time to talk about that. You know, sometimes you do and it doesn't work out. I am a big believer, as some of you all may know from some of the songs that I've written in other bands and some of the things that we write about and sing about here, and like just not being afraid to fail and trying things and going for things because it makes you a stronger person even if you fuck it up. It's a valuable lesson to try something and fail. I remember when I graduated from college and undergrad, I did like an arts residency. I like lived in this big spooky mill up in the mountains, and it was the first exposure I had to like working and living in the arts nonprofit world. So I did a work study there, and I was like responsible for getting all of the visiting artists like set up and all of that, and like that program was crumbling in front of my eyes, like to the point where by the time my residency was over, the program didn't even exist anymore, and they just let me stay there. So it was like me and maybe one other person and an entire floor of this like big old creepy mill. And like seeing something fail like that really made me want to see it work. And like after that experience, I like went on to work at an arts nonprofit in Providence and like really had a like passion to make it work because I saw it fail. and I saw how good it could be, you know, and I mean, moving to Providence in itself was like a big leap for me because I was living after I graduated and did that. Then I went back to South Shore, Massachusetts, and like worked at a couple of local newspapers, but like felt like I could really do something. So I just like packed up my shit and I moved to Providence, Rhode Island. And it was a really, really transformative experience. I was like introduced to a whole bunch of people that I never would have met before and was kind of given the space to make something out of not nothing, but very little resources, you know, and it was really gratifying and I learned so much. And it was super, super scary to be 26 years old and suddenly like in charge of things and to like have professional responsibilities. Not that I didn't take being a local reporter seriously, but like I was accountable to more things. So like an entire community of people and I had to get my facts right. When I worked at AS220, it was very much like, here's this thing, do something with it. It was scary, you know. Tell us about some risks you've taken.
Well, I mean, I guess the biggest one is moving to America.
Mm-hmm. That's risky.
And if I were to do it now. So I moved to America in 2012. But I think I started the process like in 2011. And basically, so I came over originally on a work visa. And I had been working at the company that I still work at for 3 years. And I was bored because there was no obvious movement. There was nowhere for me to go. I'd done 3 years of sitting in the same seat. I had a window, which a lot of people don't have in that office.
Wow.
And I could see people getting parking tickets all day. It's a very heavily policed parking area in residential South London. Yeah, I basically, I mean, I'm not going to go into the entire story, but I basically sort of took a risk and proposed myself as the solution to a problem. And it took a year and a lot of maneuvering and a lot of paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I came over here and I had never been to New York when I started having that conversation. The only place in America I had been is San Francisco, which is very different.
Yeah, different.
So I did come over for a few, like 2-week trips, just living in a hotel, whatever, just to see if I even liked New York. The good news was that I did. And then, yeah, got all the paperwork in order. And then, because at one point I had come over and like looked at apartments and had one sort of organized, and then some last bits of paperwork took a little bit longer. So I let that go. Weirdly, that was also in Greenpoint, which is where I ended up living. So when I actually moved over, I moved over with 2 suitcases of clothes and no furniture. And I had an Airbnb for 1 week. And I had to just find somewhere to live. Which miraculously I did. And before I left, I had gone through Craigslist looking for apartments. And I had gone on one particularly long, drunken Craigslist excursion.
Yeah.
And I realized when I woke up the next day that I had only selected apartments that specified that they had cats. And I did indeed move into an apartment with a large one-eyed cat. But yeah, that was a somewhat leap of faith.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Like moving, everybody kind of has these like, I moved to New York and because of this, and you know, unless you've lived in New York forever, but you have to take chances in the city, like because stuff like finding an apartment is a thing there's no easy way to do it
unless you're there.
Yeah, I mean, I moved to New York to go to grad school, which was a huge I thought I had written off school. Like I did my undergrad, it's fine. I'll be all right. But I got accepted to grad school, and it's like, well, shit, I guess I have to.
Tell the people where you went. It's impressive.
I went to Columbia. It's whatever. I did that. I went to the journalism school, which is only a 9-month program because I didn't have the time or the money to go to grad school for any longer than that. But at like a new student mixer during one of the first orientation weekends, I drunkenly stumbled out of the bar and into who would become my new roommate. We just stood on the sidewalk saying, "Isn't finding an apartment here so hard? I need a roommate. Do you need a roommate? We should just be roommates. Let's do that." And then a week later, we like had a phone call and was like, "Hi." Luckily, it pretty much worked out. You know, we were in different programs. I was in the arts and culture program, and she was in the science journalism program. So, but it did work. Like, we found an apartment. We did like a couple of trips because she was living in Baltimore. And so I was like, "Oh, I love Baltimore. I work at Artscape all the time. It's so cool." So yeah, but it was like, I just gonna move in with a total stranger, I guess. Although, like, living at the mill and having to like live around total strangers for short bursts of time had prepared me for that. Although it was a very jarring experience because I had lived by myself.
Right, you've never done that whole like student house.
No, student housing, roommates, that was never really my jam. So that was also a big leap. We shared a 1-bedroom apartment, and I basically lived in the living room, and she lived in the bedroom in Washington Heights. You know, those are the risks we take. Look at us now.
It worked out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there were parts of it that were not great. The first summer after I graduated from grad school, I was like so broke and I had no job. And I really just embraced like jumping over turnstiles and riding my bike everywhere and like just eating rice and beans and buying like nearly rotten food from the farmer's market across the street from the apartment in Washington Heights. Like, you know, those are just the kind of experience. You take a risk and sometimes you gotta hustle through it, but you come out on the other side, you know? And I think, you know, we will come out on the other side of all of this and be in a place where we can all take risks again, that hopefully put ourselves in a better place. But right now, play it safe.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody who at some point during this quarantine has tried to weigh out whether it would be a terrible idea to quit your job right now.
Yeah, yep.
Sometimes you have days like that.
Yeah, it's true.
It probably would be a terrible idea, honestly.
Yeah.
If you got a paycheck coming in and healthcare.
Just to hold on to it.
This is the American trap.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to play a song that is the first song on the first EP that Basic Bitch has ever put out. It's called Crush Your Eyes and Jump, and it was inspired by Catherine Herrick, who I am also in another band with now, called Yoko Forever. But she used to be in this band from Jersey called The Everyman. And I did one tour with them playing keyboards. We went down to South by Southwest and back. It was like the first year I was here, I think. And we were very drunk and we were waiting to play at some fucking, I don't know, barbecue joint. South by Southwest is ridiculous. And we were like standing in an alleyway. That was the green room, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Sounds right.
We've been drinking margaritas all day. And she told me, because we worked together, that's how I knew her. She told me she was quitting her job to try and do the band properly, full time. And we were so drunk that we don't remember which one of us, but one of us did utter the phrase, you know, sometimes you just gotta crush your eyes to jump.
Yeah, that seems like
so that is how the song came about. But yeah, that's the inspiration.
Have a good Monday, everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday, and then we'll have more details about the live stream on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be cool.
It is. All right, here we go. Sing along if you know the words. You got bills to pay that you know won't pay themselves. Then you say you got things you wanna do. Don't you know that do nothing on that shelf? I know you wanna go. I know you want to go. Sometimes you gotta cross your eyes and jump. Don't you know that you owe it to yourself? Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Go! Do it soon. Cause you see you got rent to make, you got bills to pay, they you know won't pay themselves. Then you say you got things you wanna do, don't you know that do nothing on that shelf? I know you wanna go, I know you want to go. Sometimes you gotta cross your eyes and jump. Don't you know that you owe it to yourself? Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Go! Do it soon.
Woo.
All right, have a good week, everybody.
Bye. See you in a couple days.